What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zulu November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Hump Day. Time for the Hump Day Hour. Oh, God. We got a good stream tonight. At least I hope so. Or at least it's an interesting topic. You know, us three may totally blow it, but we'll see what we can do. But if we do blow it, these guys right here ain't going to care because they support this channel no matter what. They're absolutely awesome. Big shout out to our latest upgrades, and that would be Ronnie upgrading to the King's Court and Scott upgrading to Top Activator. Already Patreons, but upgrading your tier. So big shout out to them. And then we'll move over to these guys. And we got a new name on this list as well. Kent joining the YouTube members. So thank you very much, Kent. You look good and green in the chat there. And then we pop over to here. And most things stayed the same. But Mr. Kilo Oscar 4 Fox Sierra Zulu decided he was going to jump on the board. And he's pulled into the 10th place spot. About half a month left in this quarter. So he's in that bubble spot for the drawing at the end of the quarter. All right. What is going on, Mr. Hayden?
You're muted. I keep muting myself.
I see you lips are moving.
I was like, did I just do that whole intro and I was muted or something?
No, I've been noticing Dan mutes his microphone, so I want to be cool like Dan. Except he's got some smeg on his hat.
Yeah, I had some Yazoo crap up there. I finally wiped it off. But yeah,
you know, but Hayden, what Dan reminds me of right now is you ever be on a road trip or something, and you stop at a rest area, and you're walking into the rest area, and somebody comes walking out of the bathroom, and they've got toilet paper on the back of their shoe, and they're dragging 3 feet of toilet paper. That's kind of what Dan reminds me of when he wears that.
Hanging out of his pantyhose.
That is great. That is. Don't step on that. That's mine.
Oh
my goodness.
Yeah, we're doing good over here. Been doing some hunting this week and playing radio a little bit. Nothing exciting.
You have been hunting a whole lot more. I've noticed. You've been popping in the log a whole lot more anyway.
Trying to stay active.
Hey, that's the way to be. That's the way to be. What about yourself, Dan? What's going on with you?
Not a lot, man. I'm keeping up pace with my hunting. Still getting 30 to 35 to 40-ish CW a day to reach one of my end of year goals.
Okay.
If you don't hear me a lot on sideband, that's why. Come over to the dark side.
You know what? I know you were on the goal stream last year, and that goal stream for this year is coming up as well. But I do not remember a single one of your goals.
I don't think I was on the goal stream for last year.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I didn't have any goals. It was just to, just do whatever. Yeah, I really didn't have any plans for this year. It just happened kind of organically, I guess.
Okay. Well, Chris, thank you very much for the super chat and the lie, but we still appreciate the super chat. That it is a nice hat. If you rode the short bus and licked the windows when you were growing up, that's probably a nice hat.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
And it comes with a tiny microphone.
It does. I don't know where mine are, though. That's the problem. I know where one of them is.
I've come to figure out that tiny things just don't work. I really like my tiny radio, but I have had that thing apart 7 times this week trying to get it fixed. And after the 7th time, I have given up and is getting shipped back to the PP man, the master of tiny things.
Yeah, and this might sound bad for the Wednesday stream. This is probably more appropriate for shenanigans, but if anybody has met James, his sausage fingers are not really good for small, intricate work.
Yeah. Well, not only is my sausage fingers not good for intricate work, but ever since the brain cancer, my dexterity in my sausage fingers ain't for crap. And I'll tell you what, putting those tiny screws back in things is not for me.
Yeah,
that is for sure. But I do appreciate everybody who was on video chat with me several times this week. PP Man and Michael, Kilo Echo 4 Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate them with all the help that they give me. So it's that radio is just working on it is not for me. Late again, sorry. Well, PP Man, it doesn't matter if you're late. Nobody hears you anyway.
Oh, did PP come in?
Yeah, he just popped in and said late again, sorry.
Again?
Anyway, we got an interesting topic tonight. At least I think it's interesting. But before we do that, I wanted to give a shout out, and I'm really big into. What if he puts another hat on top of his head? Steven's going to have to start donating.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Dan learned how to spell.
I am vendor agnostic. It doesn't matter to me. I don't have an Elecraft hat. I don't have a Shagoo hat. So if anybody wants to donate me an Elecraft hat, I'll wear it. I don't have anything Elecraft, but I'll wear that.
If anybody wants to donate me an Elecraft radio, I'll use it.
There you go.
But anyway, back to my shout out. So on Sunday night, I did congratulate Nathan and Seth and Mr. Dad Rose here for getting their license and getting their generals, And Monday, as promised, they hunted me, and little Kaylee, she was feeling left out, and she was using her mom's call sign and hunting me, and it's great that she was doing that. But she went a step extra because a technician can use CW, and little Miss 9-year-old Kaylee has now contacted me twice on CW this week with her own call sign.
Nice.
So for people like PP Man who's like, I can't understand this. You know what? You're not as smart as a 9-year-old.
I'd say he's about 8.5. I mean, he's getting there.
But shout out to her because when her call sign, when I heard that call sign, I was like, what? No way.
Nice.
What was that show on TV? Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
But it's funny because if you'll remember, hey, thank you very much, Mike, for the super chat. He received the PZN coin in the mail today. So actually, congratulations to him. That means he's made his contacts to get the challenge coin. And speaking of that, I've actually decided. You know what? I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to let it be a surprise. I'm going to shut up on that one.
Well, for those who don't know, don't know, you can tell them about your challenge coin.
Right? I can tell people about the challenge coin. So if you get 1,000 contacts with me, and I know a lot of people is thinking 1,000 contacts. That actually showed up pretty good on your camera right there. And a lot of people saying 1,000 contacts. Listen, 1,000 contacts with me ain't even as hard as fixing dinner. It is a piece of cake to get 1,000 contacts with me. Matter of fact, Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar said he needed 400 contacts about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think it was, and he's almost there. So it's not that hard. But 1,000 contacts will get you one of those coins right there. And I'm working on later tiers, we'll just say. But anyway, if you'll remember on Sunday when I was talking about Nathan and Seth getting their license, I was like, I wonder how long it's going to take them to start contacting VCW, because Rachel and Andrew already, yeah, they've done hit me too. That is one Pota ham radio family, I will tell you what. And there'll be a lot more with them to come. Stuff they don't even know about right now. Stuff that I'm working on. But cool stuff. All right, so we're going to talk about Pota Awards. And first off, yes, it can even be done QRP. Speaking of that, I'm going to say this, Mike. I'm going to say this. So yesterday I went out on a road with the Patreon again, and even though I did have to lock up my underwear, Uncle Terry did not get no underwear yesterday, but he did get plenty of contacts. We went on another little short rove. I showed him how quick it was to do my local little, my Tomlin Chief Logan rove, and we went and did that rove, and we had a good time. And then I decided later that I was going to do. Let me give you a backstory first. So right now, if you jump on 40 meters in the evening, it's extremely long. Most of the time, if you are doing QRP CW and you put that in your title, people who are really long doesn't really jump on 40 meters to try to get you. So last night, I decided to test my skills a little bit, and only took out my QRP radio, and only took out my CW key. Didn't even take a microphone with me, and only jumped on 40 meters and popped out a QRP activation. And it did take me about 20 minutes. I'll admit it took about 20 minutes, but 20 minutes. It may have took 25, but I still got like 17 contacts at a time. So I will take that anytime. But anyway, that's enough about that QRP stuff. It's just kind of making me itch, and I feel like I'm losing my
dirty.
I feel like I'm losing my man card by the minute.
Insert advertisement for Gold Bond medicated powder here.
If you wake up in the morning and feel like taking a hammer and hitting yourself in the head, try QRP. It's for you. Anyway, QRP people can make awards too. PP Man probably has 2 or 3 Pota awards at least. I'm guessing.
At least.
But so the awards with Pota, it's an interesting topic, and they said QRP cream for that. Yeah, I think you get that in smoke shops. It's called cannabis cream, and
yeah,
that makes you think like, oh, I can even do this QRP, and you're typing down call signs A B C D E F G H. Oh, that guy's from Zimbabwe. Oh, PP Man, stop giving me this stuff. You're making it too easy. Here we. Oh God, and now here comes his son. His illegitimate stepson. I got 30 last night on 5 watts. Blah 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 blah. Stephen used to have a girlfriend too, but she's kind of she's like, why does this HRAG guy keep sending me ads for Viagra? It's because you're going to need it. That's why. Anyway, y'all stop with this. We got a topic here.
So there's 4 categories of awards. Did you guys know that?
4 categories. What
4
tell us?
separate categories.
Tell us about it, Hayden. So don't leave me alone.
You've got the standard awards. You've got what they call advanced awards. You got geographic awards and special awards. Standard awards are making contacts. The more contacts you make, hunting or activating, the higher the award goes. And you also have DX awards in the standard category. So if you make contact with the DX station, like David when he's down in the Dominican, make 10 of them, 10 different contacts with different countries, get an award for that.
So standard awards is where they hook you.
Yeah.
So when you first start Pota, you're like, this is the coolest thing ever. And then you hunt like 10 parks, and all of a sudden this award pops up here. What? I got an award? I'm good at this stuff. So then you hunted another 10 parks and another award comes up and you're like, oh my goodness. This is the greatest thing ever. And you get sucked in with this whole award thing. And the next thing you know, it starts jumping up 100 at a time. And then 1,000 at a time. And then you're like, oh my goodness, this takes forever. But it's kind of great. I've heard people make fun of, Pota will give you an award. I went out and did, a couple activations and got awards. It's anything starts like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you start in a martial arts, you get a stripe on your white belt after, well,
yeah.
If you're doing like karate or something,
yeah, really quick.
or taekwondo or something, and I'm not cutting on them, but those are money martial arts. So every 3 months you test and you pay a testing fee, and next thing you know, your kid has a stripe. Whereas in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that's not how that works. But that's a different topic for a different stream. But it's just like that. But once you start getting to these higher levels of this martial art, it gets harder and harder and harder. And it's just like the Pota Awards. When I first started, I thought, man, I'm never going to get an operator to operator with anybody. You got to contact somebody. You got to contact somebody 50 times to get an operator. I'm never going to get one of those. And now it kind of it makes me smile, because there's still people out there that still think that. I'll be getting an activation and be like, hey James, this makes number 50 for us, and I treat them with the same excitement that I do as somebody says this makes 4,000 for us. I say the same thing. You keep hunting, we'll keep stacking them up, because that's how it works. But there's an award for everybody out there, and I really wanted to talk about stories of certain awards that meant something to these guys that's on the stream with me tonight. And if anybody has any good stories or questions about certain awards in the chat, go ahead and throw it in the channel there. Air combat against the jammers. There we go. Karate is advanced dance class, Don.
Yeah.
Anything that you got to use a kata to get your belt, just go do tap dancing. I'm sorry. Here we go. Karate and Taekwondo is like QRP, and QRO with an amp is Jiu-Jitsu.
Brazilian.
Yeah, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. not that Japanese stuff. Anyway, so Hayden, first off, tell me an award that you're working toward.
Oh, let's see. Well, the last award that I recently achieved was my work all states, not counting DC. I finally got Hawaii and Alaska, which was the last two I needed. I recently, well, over the summer, I got my kilo in my home park. So I guess the next award as an activator would be a work on getting more kilos.
Worked on getting more kilos.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting because there's no award for that. Well, not more kilos, but there's an award for, getting multiple tiers of stuff. And, each kilo you get at a park, you get that little times on there or whatever. But so how many kilos is possible in your area, you think, for yourself?
Just in my area, I've got 3 or 4 parks that I could get to fairly easy.
Okay.
And I've got the 4 at Fort McHenry that we did,
Yeah, I mean that's 4 kilos you can get at the same time.
Yep.
All right, Dan. What about yourself? What's something you're working on?
Lips are moving.
Yeah, he did it
Right.
now.
I did the same thing you did. I just passed 6,500 hunted parks this week, so my next iteration of that's going to be 7,000. So I'm working on 7,000 hunted parks. That's going to be pretty slow going, but it's faster because they're dumping new parks now, which is good. So that's the hunting side of it, activating like Hayden more kilos. Pretty much most of the local parks around here already have a kilo at, so it's more of the ones that are still within a reasonable driving distance, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, that I'll start working on. So.
Okay. So what's the award that meant the most to you that you've got so far, Dan?
I'd have to say my Master Sportsman, because it is basically the top end of that award. There's nothing after that, currently. And that's 25 eagles at 25 different parks.
That's absolutely awesome. So Dan has hunted 25 different parks 100 times each.
Yep.
Is basically what that means. So you can tier that stuff. You get an eagle at say I got an eagle at Chief Logan, but then when I got 5 eagles at 5 parks, I got a supporter, I believe it was, or something like that. Here, I'll look and give you the exact name.
And right now total, I'm up to 32 eagles. I'm real close to 34.
Guess who was the first one to get the Master Sportsman?
Wasn't it? It was the boys, wasn't it?
Yep, it was the boys.
Yep.
I don't know, it's here somewhere. I got this brought up.
No one has yet achieved the Master Explorer, which would be the activator side of that.
That's right.
Yeah, I know somebody that's close, and it is not me.
Well, nobody has the 15 park or the 20 park or the 25 park. Seems like a good goal for
that is incorrect.
But I'm just going by the website.
But that is incorrect, because here's why it's incorrect. Once you have gotten your name on one of the awards, you cannot go on another award. So say that say I got my name on Park Supporter, which is the 5 park. When I got to Park Stalker or Roamer, whichever hunter one, hunter side one's activator side, I can't put my name on that award. So it bypasses to the next person that comes to that.
Oh,
So,
that's interesting.
right. Just for example, I know a couple people who could have had their picture put on a couple of different awards. Actually, Toby was one of them. She could have had hers put on the awards when she got them, but somebody had already got the award and she didn't feel right about doing it, so she just skipped out.
Interesting.
But yeah, I'm 90% positive that Carrie has already hit the 15 and maybe the 20. If not,
she's not listed on there, so I guess she's holding out for the 25.
No, she's already got her name on one of the awards.
Oh, okay. The stalker.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's why it was like that.
They're just spreading the love around.
But anyway, so for the hunter side, it would be park supporter at 5, park roamer at 10, park traveler at 15, navigator at 20, and master explorer at 25. Did I say that right? No, that's the activator size.
Yeah,
then it would be supporter, stalker, prowler, trapper, and master sportsman for the hunter side. So
kind of like that.
When I first started activating Pota, I didn't think that I was going to be going all over the place activating Pota. I thought, I'd do 4 or 5 parks around here, and that's about all of it that I'd be doing. And I was like, man, I've been to Chief Logan like 3 times. I bet people's going to stop hunting me here because they've got this park now. And I wasn't seeing that. There. Believe it or not, I have activated Chief Logan over 300 times because I'm a 3rd tier eagle there, and I still have people asking me, "Hey, can you go do 1810? I need this there." Still to this day, I've got close. I'm getting close to 30,000 contacts there, and there's still people asking me. So don't think like you. Don't think like, well, nobody's going to want to hunt me if I do this park over and over. And I had another guy tell me one time, he's like, "Yeah, I was going to hunt you yesterday, but you were at a park that I ain't got." And I'm like, "Okay. Do you not travel? Do you not go after any of the other awards? You just go for unique parks? What?" It's just kind of weird when I hear something like that. So for myself, my biggest achievement award would definitely be the Outstanding Operator Award, because that's not one you earn by stats. That's one you earn by being nominated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I got that award for my work with the youth in Pota and stopping my pileups and having conversations with youth. And I don't know who turned me in. I know a lot of people, different people, turned me in for it.
Probably a number of people.
So that one meant a lot to me. And actually, I was on a live stream when I got an email notification. I was like, I'm gonna an email from Jason Johnson. Why is he emailing me? And I actually look at it while I'm on stream, and I kind of got the shock thing on stream for that one.
There's at least one other operator in our Discord, Chris, who has gotten the Outstanding Operator too. Not me, I don't have it, but yeah, Chris has one too because he helped somebody. I was actually listening. It was Chris, chime in here. Was it late last year or early this year? I can't remember, but he was helping somebody with the medical issue while he was at a park activating. So
yeah, I remember that
over the air.
I do remember that. Oh, he says 2021.
Yeah, 2021.
God, that does not seem like it was 2021.
No, it doesn't.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies when you go to a park every day of your life.
Oh, that's another thing.
That's not an award, though.
That's not an official award, but kudos to you've been doing this almost every day for 2 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, I'm over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But
we weren't keeping track.
Calendar years, I'm almost 2 years baby spot activating every day. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And why that is not an award, I still do not understand, because I promise you it is the hardest thing you do in Pota. There's no other way around it. That is the hardest thing you do in Pota.
Now it's a horse. I thought it was a moose.
Yeah. It was fun. It was kind of funny. It was kind of funny because somebody told me the other day, I think it was PP Man. He's like, "Hey man, you're gonna like this. There's a guy up in Canada that's gonna do a 8-park bicycle road." And I'm like, dude, why is he even using a bicycle? Why don't he just walk? Like, I would guarantee you that my 2-park bicycle road was harder than his 8-park. And I don't even know the guy, and I'm not saying what he's doing, but there's just so many parks up there.
Speaking of the hardest thing to do in Pota, I have the ultimate PZN challenge for next year.
Oh God, here we go.
The top tier of the PZN challenge for next year should be to work you every day, but it has to be a park to park.
Oh, Terry.
And that, if you do that, that should get something special.
You know what?
Like a Honda Civic or something.
You know what? It would be next to impossible to do.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
But just because you would have to be in you'd have to be in a park the exact same time that I am.
Yeah.
So if it was one of those days where I just hit one park, you would have to be there. But you know what? If somebody can park to park me every day of next year, I will give them
an Armada.
A day with Terry.
I will let them tow the greatest Eagle 1 antenna mount ever to their house and put it in their yard. No, I'll announce what the award for that'll be on the gold stream. I'll think of something really good. It won't be the Armada. But it might be a day with Terry. That is correct.
I would have a day with Terry.
That's the thing, Stephen. You could move your rig into 5683, and yeah, a Flex radio is kind of just not in my price range, because some of these people, Don, are well, let me just say this. Some of these people who have drank the Kool-Aid, I put warnings on there, and I say, consume a moderate level of Kool-Aid. Some of these people chug pictures at a time, and if it's 3:00 in the day and I haven't activated yet, they're calling me, texting me, sending me emails, calling the state police in my area. Yes, so some of them might. I bet people would give it a run. I will say that I'm going to make the PZN challenge harder next year, the regular PZN challenge, because this year, after about 6 months, if they wasn't in my first activation, pile up, I'd start texting them and saying, "This might be your only shot." But next year I ain't doing that because I tell you, sometimes it's a pain. It's next year if you're going to do it, you're going to earn it. You're going to earn it straight out because you're going to pay attention to the spots and do it. Not taking anything away from any of the 5 that's in there because it's still hard to get me every day. Some days it's easy, but when I go out because I've got COVID and I crawl into the park and I do 30 contacts and I'm gone and you've got to be one of those 30. It got rough on them a couple of times this year. All right, so what about anybody going for anybody in the chat? And I know I see one person just going to say yeah, they're going for it. Anybody working on activated all states? I know I am. I'm working on it, but it's not coming anytime soon.
No.
I'll be there soon. I got like 33 more.
That would be nice.
There's the one yesterday I knew was coming.
Yeah.
He will probably finish it next year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and all provinces.
Activated all provinces. Yeah, that's just as much travel as all states. Cody asked earlier, has anybody ever done a kilo in a UTC day? The answer is yes. I think the last person who did it, they happened to be doing it at the same time as a contest. And they were running the contest from inside the park. There's a couple different spins on that, though. But, yeah, that's one of my things I want to do, too, is a kilo in a day.
Has anybody actually done a kilo in a day just straight park activation is what I would like to know.
I don't know.
Contest weekend would be easy. That'd be cake.
Yeah. Well, I don't know easy. I mean, it was he was running I want to say single up 2 radio, doing digital and sideband at the same time, I think.
No pure Pota kilos in a day, says James. There we go. So it's still up for grabs in my opinion. Because if you can't do it during a contest weekend,
yeah,
you're not contesting real hard because those guys average about I think it was 180 to 200 contacts an hour.
Yeah, so, you're gonna need a good sized doo-doo to get a kilo in a day.
Or a 30 amp lead acid
battery. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I wouldn't need a doo-doo at all.
I'm gonna get a kilo in a day with no battery.
Oh, you're gonna do it for your house.
I'm gonna pedal a bike.
Oh no, that's been done.
Dan,
not a kilo in a damn day.
Dan,
you better bring some oxygen, my friend.
Yeah.
Look, I will start the donations right now. We can. You do a kilo in a day pedaling a bike for power, and right. We can probably make that flex donation happen.
Yeah, but you figure if I do QRP, I only need like 9 volts.
Yeah, getting that kilo QRP. You go right ahead, buddy. That was a fun time. He should have an award for that activation.
Yeah, that was a blast. Yeah.
So yeah, that's one that I'm working on. I'll tell you another one that is quite rewarding, and that is to activate all the parks in like your state or something like that. That is a fun award to accomplish.
Until you get close and they dump 30 more.
Well, they jumped 50 more on me, but
did they really? Wow.
Yeah, on Kentucky, I was about to finished my third state this year, and they dumped 50 on me, and they got rid of 10 of those, so it ended up being 40 more. Shout out to most of the map coordinators in the country for actually doing their jobs and putting out those new parks and stuff like that. You know, they're on the ball. If you're a member of my Discord, we have a page, and when they dump new parks, it shows up right there on my page. My Discord finds out exactly when those parks hit because it shows up right there. But, you know, shout out to them. But there are some mapping coordinators that probably don't need their jobs because they won't even return emails. I'm not going to say who or what states, but some of them are horrible.
Oh, I'll tell you what state I'm not ashamed. It's somewhere south of Canada.
It's absolutely, it's absolutely south.
It's some state south of Canada.
I saw James' blood vessel in his head pop out for a minute there. He goes, "Don't you dare!"
I'll say it's somebody who put out a public email saying he was always accessible to his state if anybody had any questions, and that was only because his head went over top of.
I'm going to go out. Well, I'm not even going to go out on a limb. I'm just going to tell everybody straight up. It's not Georgia. Our mapping representative, Claude, is top notch. So if you ever want to move to a state with a great mapping rep, come to Georgia.
There is a Discord link in my videos. If you go to that Linktree account in my videos, it will take you to Discord. You can go to Discord, you can go to Patreon, you can go to any of my social media sites, just about. You can go to discount pages for different places, and I put that in all my videos. It's called Linktree, and it's got all the links in one spot for you. Or Dan can do that.
Just in case.
You know, Brent, I was going to get up with you and ask you about that one because I wanted to go out there the other weekend, and I said, you know, that's closed. That campground's closed for the winter, but they do have a day use area out there as well. Is the day use area closed too? There is not an only hrag.com, Dan, but there is a hamradioadventureguide.com being worked on currently.
I think it should be only hragfans.com.
That's Discord.
Has a nice ring to it.
Okay, so Brent, you can walk into it. What about the sorry guys, I need to find out about this because I need these three parks. Can you get into Pioneer and the other campground on the other side? I may secure some new parks to do. Awesome. Okay, thank you, Brent. All right, back to awards.
What have we left out?
What have we left out? Roving awards.
We touched on that a little bit.
Did we?
No.
I didn't.
Well,
think so.
the whole Canada thing.
Them are called forward poop awards. them are Canadian only awards. No. So, you know, Rover awards are fun until you get to the bigger ones, and then they're a lot of work and a lot of planning. So, you know, I took Terry out this last week and got his first Rover award. He got the Warthog, and next we'll be working on the Rhino for him. Cheetah's still pretty easy. Ostrich, not so bad. Once you get the leopard and the lion, you got to do some work for those when you're not in Canada.
Yeah. I got my cheetah when I was on my rove over the summer, and it was weird being in New Hampshire to have all these parks around me, because where I live in South Georgia, there's nothing really around me except for North Florida. So it felt weird. It's like, look at all these dots on the map. I'm going to go work them all.
But oh God, Raleigh says if only 8trag.com is available, I'm going to get it when I get on.
Heck yeah. See what I've started.
Yeah, and we can actually put dating profile pictures of Terry up on there.
Nice.
I like a woman to take long hover rounds on the beach.
Yeah.
Do them things work on the beach?
Terry.
If you air the tires down, they do.
Terry's been working hard on his old lady's over around. Let me tell you, he's been doing a lot of work to that thing. I will give Terry a shout out. He made his first eagle today. He made his first kilo today.
Very nice.
And he's been out activating since he's retired. He didn't just put on his Depends and die. He's been on 2 roads with me, and he's going out and getting the parks done. So shout out to Terry.
Yeah, good job, Uncle Terry.
I told him, it's funny because when we went on that one road, I was like, we'll have to do this once a month, get out and do a road together. And 3 days later, he calls me and says, "Hey, you want to do some parks?" I'm like, let's go. Let's do this.
Awesome. Good thing he's making the best of retirement.
He actually got to see the difference when I say 20 meters only works if you are on the top of the parks in West Virginia. So we did Tomlin, which is on top of the world where I go for doing Tomlin. You can do Tomlin in hundreds of places, but where I go, you look like you're out west because everything's just flat. But you're actually on top of the world. Then we went to Chief Logan Wildlife Management Area, and if there's somebody up at the shooting range, you got to go down in the valley a little bit, and 20 meters absolutely sucked down there. We drive right up to the top of the hill into Chief Logan, and 20 meters was on fire. So that's why people, I do a lot more 20 meters now, but I've just been driving on top for people because they used to always like, why don't you do 20 meters? Well, when you activate down in the parks in West Virginia and the mountains are this close to you on each side, you only get out to DX, so it don't do you a whole lot of good. Yes, we was next to the prison when we activated. We wasn't too far from the prison. Terry was looking for hitchhikers, in jumpsuits.
Did he bring peanut butter?
It's the best bait.
How do you do a 50 park road? It depends. Okay, well,
or used depends.
Used depends.
In Canada, you do it skipping and singing. In the States, you stay up for 24 hours straight, drive 90 miles an hour everywhere you go. You have Discord hold frequencies. You hit the frequencies at QRZ. You get 12 people in less than a minute, and then you're back out again. In Canada, you stop for ice cream in between. That's how you doing, Brian.
Or you just work the Pearsons and the Rhodes Mall family and then get out of there, right?
But I tell you, I'm going to set me up 100 Park Road. When I go up to Canada, I'm going to set me up 100 Park Road, and I'm going to put the Roses and the Pearsons on standby to hold my frequencies.
That's all you need.
And I'm just going to hit those 2 families and be gone. And I'll be in and out.
5-9 all 8, 5-9 all 4. See you.
How many coins have I given out to people? I will look that set up for you. Larry, if you do not have one, that is because that Canadian protector of the North is hoarding it on you because he's had your coin for a long time. I'm just throwing that out there. I'll get you that stat, Larry. Not that I would throw you under the bus, James. Let's see how many. It's quite a bit, actually.
We should have special coins for Hammertown. No, he said he got it.
Oh, okay. Well, then I take that back, James. You're all right. I knew he had it for quite a while. All right, let's see here.
I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna take a guess here.
You're gonna take a guess? All right, go ahead and take a. I'm
gonna
let both of you. I'm gonna let both y'all guess. Go ahead and guess.
I'm gonna say 15.
All right, Hayden, what's your guess?
I'm gonna say 17.
15 and 17 is the guesses.
Are we playing by Price is Right rules?
$1, Bob.
I should have said 14. Or no, I should have said 17. Because it's probably more. Larry says 25. Michael says 48.
48. Whoa,
Izzo says 14. Brian says 36.
All right. Any other guesses before it's revealed?
Or effing around.
Our effing around does not count. And Larry is our winner because our effing around looked up the stat. It is 27, so Larry won with 25. Thank you, James.
What did he win, Bob?
Yeah.
He wins a chance to.
We'll see. We'll see you in the showcase showdown.
He wins a chance to tell me who is next. And James, you can't play this either. Who is the next person to receive a coin? Because I already know who the answer is going to be.
It's got to be one of the Michigan crew.
No.
No?
The Georgia boy.
That's pretty random.
I'm gonna say it's a Georgia boy, about an hour and a half north of me.
Yeah, that was my guess, Brian.
That's my guess, Liz.
I'm going to say that Liz and Dan is correct.
Yeah.
Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar should, by all, and unless some miracle happens, he is 24 away. And then the next one down is 43 away, which is actually surprising because she just got her license this year. And that would be Mama Pearson.
Well, he should get it, seeing how his SD card's working now, right?
Oh yeah. He's got it easy. Yeah, he's going because his numbers don't match up with that. I'm going by official Pota numbers. What it shows in the stats. Not what it shows in your hunter logs in Pota. Maybe James can tell us why they don't match up. I think it's because sometimes where I activate with Whiskey 8 Lima Oscar Golf.
It's a glitch in the matrix. So we touched on a lot of awards. A few that we haven't. We have the Support Your Park event awards that you get by hunting during the weekends and activating during the weekends. Those are always fun. The 6 meter 6-pack award. Has anybody ever gotten that?
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay. That might be one that I'm going to work on.
I actually got that down in Florida last February.
And that is, for anybody that doesn't know, as an activator, 10 contacts on 6 meters in 6 different parks. It's a little bit easier for a hunter. You have to have 1 QSO, 6 different entities. And then, of course, the N1 CC award.
Yep.
10 bands, 10 different parks. That's one that I haven't gotten yet.
Larry says bring back the plaque event.
I don't know that the plaque events went anywhere.
Oh yeah, they announced no more.
Oh yeah, no more.
Did they finally announce it?
A while back. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard differently.
Oh, well.
The last official announcement anyway.
I heard differently.
And then the very last award on the awards page is the New Year award. So you can either activate or hunt in or around the week of New Year's Eve.
Of course, I might have heard from somebody that don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the 6-pack was a good one. Yeah, the 6-pack's a good. Like 6 meters is a great band when it's open. I mean,
When it's in, yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's like trying to catch a firefly though.
Right.
you got to be quick.
It's like when you're hunting, you look at. I go through and I usually click on all and see who's activating on what and who's like activating recently. And you hardly see 6 meters.
It's weird because when I hunt, I save 20 and 40 for last. I work.
The best way to do 6 meters is to be in a Pota park on field days.
Yeah,
because it doesn't matter if the band's open or not. There's still people when they're calling, and you will hear them.
Yeah. And of course, these you always have these. What are they? Endorsements. You've got the single sideband, and then you've got the digital, and then you've got CW. So you can get all these other awards with the different modes as well.
Wait, Mike, did Terry send you 2 coins and not a sticker?
Yeah, he said he had 2 coins.
Oh, Terry.
Brent, is 6 meter a good chance of 10 is working? Not really, because you're looking, 28 megahertz versus 53, 52 megahertz. That's a big hop.
So Terry, send out Mike some stickers.
I just did what I was told, man.
That's not an excuse.
Well, when I go down the list, I say, "Have you sent this guy? Have you sent this guy? Have you sent this guy?" And if he says yes, I don't say nothing. If he says no, I say send him this coin. So we're going to get a better system, Terry. Anyway, it's getting close to the top of the hour, and I'm going to be heading over to Patreon after chat really, really soon, and hopefully all the Patreon will be there. But if you're not a Patreon and you would like to join us in after chat, you can do that by going over to Patreon and signing up for a free 7-day trial. And you can come over to Discord and message myself, Dan or Hayden, and we'll get you in the room that way. And it's free. It's free for 7 days, and you can try out all the benefits, which I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you truly try out the benefits, you're going to stay. A lot of people go sign up and they don't even never try out any of the benefits, and they won't stay. But if you truly try that, especially if you are a Pota activator, if you're a Pota activator, it's totally worth it, because there's a benefit on there that pretty much says even PP Man can do an activation using this method.
Well, at least we try. Every time I see Mike spotted, I try to hear him.
Again.
Yeah, you guys just don't know how to get through to him. You hear this really, really weak signal, and all you have to do is go, and then your trumpet guys blow the trumpet, and he hears the trumpets, and he's like, the king's in the house, and then I throw up my call sign, and I get in his log, and it's that simple. You got I forgot some of you guys don't have trumpet guys walking around with you, do you? I'm sorry. Never mind.
It's tough being the king.
You think I joke, but you can ask Mike if he heard trumpets and pulled me out of his pile up. When I say pile up, I mean stack. All right, guys. If anybody else has any questions, speak now or forever hold your peace, and we're going to head over to Discord and we can answer them over there as well. But in the British accent, he says 73, everybody.
73, Mike.
73, everyone.
And when he says that, I have a different word in my head for him.
73, you Canadian chap.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for the super chats tonight, and you guys have a good evening. I'm heading after that. And, just in case you didn't know, I have a new schedule of videos coming out all of the time now. So if you're not watching videos from me every day but Friday and Saturday, you're messing up because they're out there. 73, everybody.
See ya.
Mama.